Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. It is race number 4 from Pocono Raceway in the ACAR Frey Truckin series. It is the Appalachian Dash. We're doing 60 laps around Pocono Raceway. Trucks are on track right now qualifying. Paul Irvin, currently your pole sitter. Let's see if anybody can jump and knock him back a couple spots. There he is coming out of the tunnel turn. He'll be the first one out of the couple. Oh, and he's just going to take it back to pit road. 44 of Farron Elam crossing the line. He will stay. P6. If my voice cracks at all tonight, I apologize. I am getting over a really nasty cold that has screwed up my voice for the most part. So you might hear a crack every now and then. I've been trying to take everything under the sun to make it better. So if there's any faults in my voice, and if I go back to sounding like a 12-year-old going through puberty, I apologize. Derek Stanley in the 77 through the tunnel turn there on his first lap. Tonight's race, it is sponsored by ACAR Grafix. Tyler Aspinall, you've seen him on the racetrack plenty of times. Currently sitting in that third position as qualifying is just about wrapped up, which it is. We'll start third. But yeah, if you need a paint, when you mention ACAR to Tyler Aspinall, whether it's on Facebook, Discord, or anywhere where you could find him, $10 schemes, 20% off when mentioning ACAR. I mean, that sounds sweet. Go check it out. But we are starting to grid from Pocono Raceway, the Appalachian Dash. Here's our starting lineup. Sitting on the pole, the driver number 48, Paul Irvin. Outside pole in second, the number 68 of Dustin Buck. Your second row, Tyler Aspinall and Dustin Griffiths. Row 3, James Shane Wolf and Farron Elam. Row number 4, Adam Capps and Sully Buck. And rounding out the top 10, in row number 5, Joe Darnell and Chris Sawyer. Matt Erickson and Matt Cochran in row 6. Row 7, Zach Dormer, Gary Wells. Row 8, Brady Floyd and Brandon Griffiths. Row number 9, Dakota Lee and Mitchell Muma. And rounding out the top 20 in row number 10, Brian Fry and Alan Michael Bennett. Everybody else is going to cycle through on your screen. TJ Barnier is race control. So you're going to see him, but he will not actually be racing. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors here this evening. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the Nerds Who Nerd Things podcast. Every Thursday, new episodes going live with them. This week, they're talking about Marvel's The Wolverine Origins movie. Very divisive, very divisive movie when it came out, mostly because what they did to Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, which I'm very happy to say that they rectified with the new Deadpool movies. Falcon Grafix. Go talk to Mick Olofsson about schemes. But for tonight, it's all Tyler Aspinall in TA Graphics. The Wrestling with Nerds podcast. New episodes every Sunday right now. And we might grab a couple extra episodes during the week in coming weeks. Sunday, they will be doing their July 1997. It was supposed to be yesterday, but as I mentioned, I was under the weather, so unfortunately wasn't able to perform, let's put it that way. But glad to have you all with us. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't yet. You will stay up to date on all All-Star 15 TV broadcasts, whether it's ACAR Monday night or Extreme on Tuesday and Wednesday, starting next week with their Daytona Dashes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of goodies up our sleeves. A Pocono Raceway. You're looking at just over 2.5 miles. Track temperature is 87 degrees Fahrenheit. But let's talk about the track. Let's very much talk about the racetrack here because it is the tricky triangle. Turn 1 is based off 14 degrees from Trenton Speedway. Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the tunnel turn sitting at 8 degrees. And turn number 3, 6 degrees from the Milwaukee Mile. Gonna be a good one. You see Chevys basically taking over the top 10. Only 3 Fords and 1 Toyota. That pace truck is about to dive off down pit road. And we are green at Pocono Raceway. The Appalachian Dash is a go. Draft a big portion of this front stretch. As they send it off into turn 1, Dustin Buck way high. Coming out of turn 1. Gonna have a nice run. Looking to the outside of Paul Irvin. Now looking to the inside, big block. Zach Domer with an issue. Already has some damage. And he's just going to get loose and head first into the turn 1 exit inside wall. A lot of damage on that 1400 car Chevy Silverado. And early on in tonight's race, we are under caution. Go back and look at that from the view. Oh, Zach Domer. Brady Floyd in the 20, I think, might have just helped him out there with taking the air off. And the 14 just gets loose. Heavy impact to the inside wall coming off of turn 1. And it looks like the 14 is going to stay out. Interesting, very interesting. Who do we have in the chat tonight? Who's watching? Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Caution number 1 of the evening happens on lap 1, coming out of turn 1. Because there's no 4 turns here. I don't know what you're talking about. Dustin Buck taking your race lead, followed by Paul Irvin, Tyler Aspinall, Dustin Griffiths, and James Shanewolf. And as I say that, I'm pretty sure they awarded it to the 48 because the 68 did not complete the pass out of turn 1 until that caution came out. Aspinall, today's sponsor, TA Graphics, on the side, on the hood. Right there. That's what you need. There it is. 20% off your first paint when mentioning ACAR. ACAR when talking to Tyler Aspinall. And he does some really good schemes. So he's helped out the race team quite a bit. Rocky Faith Motorsports. In the past. With schemes, but we are still under caution, and while people are jumping the pit road, Matt Cochran, Gary Wells, Zach Domer, obviously, Brandon Griffiths, Michael Steele, Derek Stanley, Ryan Fry, Alan Michael Bennett, and Michael Sheely, all on pit road. I would not be surprised with how big of a racetrack Pocono Raceway is. That 14 is going to take as much as he can on pit road. As we see him just sitting there. Don't know how much he can get fixed. But they're just about getting into the tunnel turn. They're going to have another lap or so. So while they do that, let's hit that commercial break. Let some time go by, roll some ads, and we'll be right back for the restart, everybody. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the ACAR Frey Trucking Series Appalachian Dash from Pocono Raceway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across.
We are cutting that commercial short. We are about to go back live. Coming to lap number 5, Paul Irvin, Dustin Buck, Tyler
Green flag, green
Aspinall,
flag.
and Griffiths. And we are gone. Paul Irvin with a heck of a launch as we're starting to see trucks fan out. Gary Wells making it 3 wide. And off into turn 1, everybody goes. Aspinall looking for second. Dustin Buck to his outside. We're starting to go single file through the field. It's going to be very difficult for people to go 3 wide, 2 wide through that tunnel turn. You see the 12 of Joe Darnell keep it 2 wide. The 28 of Matt Erickson keep it 2 wide. Through turn 3, you see the 64 of Brett Murphy. It's going to get tight coming out of 3. And they're going to make it work. Gary Wells looking to gain another position. He is pushing the 98 of Mitchell Muma down the front stretch. Excuse me, everybody. He's going to cut to Mitchell's inside. Michael Steele right behind him. It's the All-Star 15 TV all over the side of that Gary Wells truck. Paul Irvin is going to hold on to that race lead as Dustin Buck wheeling and dealing early in this race to get to Paul Irvin. I'll jump on board to see how he's running. See the 48 dives it into 3, while the 68 of Buck, which we're watching in-car with, was a little easy into turn 3, but very much accelerated. Nice run into turn number 1. Who's going to send it? A really good turn 1 for Buck. He's closing in down that 2/10. I see Paul Irvin try to snake down this backstretch. No, down to a 10th.5, closing in through the tunnel turn. Dustin Buck within a couple truck lengths. But that's where Paul Irvin has made his money early on in this race, is through that tunnel turn. He just he doubled the distance between himself and Dustin Buck. Further on, Adam Capps trying to close in on James Shanewolf. Brett Murphy just 8 laps into tonight's race is your biggest mover, plus 9 positions. Will that hurt the 64 at all through tonight's race? Or making moves early, will that then fall off, happen faster than everybody else? As we are single file, gotta go all the way back to the 77 of Derek Stanley. It looked like he was gonna take it out of line. That's Mitchell Muma right in front of him, and Matt Cochran right behind him, and the number 4 Menards Toyota Tundra. Matt Cochran's looking to get some positions back. Lost 9 on that early caution when he hit pit road. Zach Domer tried to fix as much damage as he could. Looking at the nose of that Chevy Silverado, it is not happy. But he's trying to hold on to the draft here. It's not really working. He's 4 seconds back from Alan Michael Bennett, so he's hoping for another caution, maybe to come down, fix a little bit more of that truck, and make possibly another run to either a top 15 and, for his sake, maybe a top 10. We are 4 races into the season already, so we're hitting every aspect early on in the season. Daytona to Chicagoland to the Milwaukee Mile. Now to here, we've hit all aspects of racing. Daytona Super Speedway, here a speedway, the Milwaukee Mile, a speedway but a short track, Chicagoland, a cookie cutter, very fun 1.5 miles, as it looks like James Shanewolf to the inside of Farron Elon, trying to make the pass for turn 1. For what I was told earlier, they should be able to go about 16, anywhere from 15 to 20 laps, depending on saving, drafting. But Shanewolf trying to work over the 44 of Farron Elon, but he has Adam Capps right behind him. Waiting for some big moves. Gary Wells trying to make the pass on the 45 of Brandon Griffiths. He's going to send it through the tunnel turn. Looks like it's... That's not the tunnel turn. That's turn 3. I apologize. Looks like it's going to stick. But coming out of the turn, Griffiths with a nice acceleration down the front straightaway. Draft is a big thing here at the Pocono Raceway, and helping me out tonight, thank God, is TJ Barnier, so I could actually take a sip of this wonderful concoction my wife made me to help with my issue I have with my throat tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd have heard this man about an hour and a half ago, he literally sounded like this. It was rough. My dog has drank some concoctional things and
lidocaine. It was
homemade recipes.
Strength lidocaine and tea.
I told him throw some liquor on it and call it good, Chet, but he didn't
I
listen
did.
to me.
I put some honey mead.
But oh whoa, we got a guy way off the pace back here.
That is the 10 of Chris Sawyer, really loose out of turn number 3. See if we can go back and take a look at that. There he goes.
As I was jumping up in here with you too, I also noted the one car had hit the wall in the straightaway last time after delivering a push to, I believe, the 23. Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage, but just something to be aware of.
Nothing to write home about. Still running pretty strong. The only one that's got a lot of damage is that 14 is that goal.
Yeah, he got a little pre-race kerfuffle damage there. Had some right rear damage to start, and it come around on him out of one, and got a lot more damage on the nose. Earned himself an EOL, a trip to the rear of the field, for those at home that don't understand what that is.
Who is that? Sully Buck hard in the wall. They're snaking down the front straightaway. It's like Indy cars at Indy with how they're doing that. But it's
I think it might be more effective. I think it might be more effective at Indy, though.
Well, these trucks punch a heck of a hole down these straightaways. So I would assume that they'd be punching a heck of a hole where draft is going to be huge, especially down that long front straightaway, which here in the ACAR Frey Truckin series, that is the longest straightaway we have on the circuit.
Are you sure?
Yes, because we don't go to Coda.
No, we do go to Montreal. Don't they have a long one?
They do, but it's not that long.
Here we are comparing straightaway sizes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, it's a long race. It's only 60 laps. We're already 15 in. But as you guys saw, a caution is about 10 minutes.
The front two kind of checked out here.
Yeah, Dustin Buck has a second to Tyler Aspinall sitting third. Your biggest mover of the race, still that 64, Brett Murphy, sitting in that 10th position, started all the way back in that 21st spot. So he's making moves. I'm curious to see if that fall off is going to hit harder than everybody else's. But we should be having pit stops relatively soon. I was told
20-ish laps?
20-ish laps? Okay, so I was about 5 off. So
I had heard 20-ish laps. I mean, you take ish low, you take ish high, and you're about 15 to
18 to 22-ish.
I mean, if you figure though too, like if you go every 15 laps, you're not really like if you push it long, you're not gonna gain up anything here. You know what I mean? Like to try to cut a pit stop out.
No, because
unless you can go 20,
you have to be within about 15 to 20 seconds of the leader to not lose a lap on pit road.
I mean, like, you know, you figure if you can't make it 20 laps, that's 3 pit stops in this race, no yellows. If you can make it 20 laps, you could reduce it to 2 pit stops, but you're going to be right on the edge of the window at the back on the backside. So,
and if we have any sort of green white check, you might be in trouble.
If we have chaos, baby, come on and give me some.
Dustin Buck looking to the inside of the 48, had a great turn 3, able to accelerate, break even to the 48. Who's going to be diving it into turn 1 here?
Door, bumper.
Not clear. That 48's going to have a whole shot coming out of turn 1.
He was, but he couldn't shut the door, and as you see, the 48 right back by him. He could have pulled the slide job, but a wiser man says don't do it.
And they're battling. Enter everybody behind them. Tyler Aspinall now is only 7/10 back from Dustin Buck. And being that far back, you're going to start to get a pull down these straightaways.
Yeah, I would think, AJ, you know, maybe trying to get that lead before the pit stops.
Brady Floyd hitting pit road on lap 17.
He seems to be the first one every time. He was the first one a couple weeks ago at Milwaukee. It just never mattered because the yellow came out as he went in.
And he's probably hoping that doesn't happen now.
Yeah. Although if it happened right now, he wouldn't have to pit again, so he'd also be a genius.
Side by side back here, the 12 and the 64, as the 67 newcomer Sully Buck is blinking in and out.
Aspinall really worked those guys down here the last couple laps.
The 67, 64, and the 10 all loose through that tunnel turn. Now, we had that early caution, TJ. I wonder if the drivers that came to pit road on that lap 2 or that lap 3, how that's going to shake out for them, because I think that helps their strategy a lot more, especially if they now can wait till 23 or 24.
It does in a sense that they can go longer, but again, unless you can somehow cut out a pit stop, you know, you're not really helping yourself too much, because the other guys are going to go in, they're going to get fresh tires. They're going to more than likely be running by themselves when they exit on those fresh tires. You're going to go in, you're going to get fresh tires and probably be in and around other drivers.
Aspinall is there. Aspinall is within a half a second to the race leader.
This is a home track for him. He said, you heard him a couple weeks ago say how big it would be to win here.
And he's also today's sponsor, ACAR Grafix, the Appalachian Dash. $10 per vehicle rep. Save 20% when you mention ACAR.
Now, are the Poconos part of the Appalachian?
I've always called them the Pocono Mountains, but...
I mean, I think the Appalachian Trail runs through the Poconos.
Mitchell Muma and Matt Erickson are both on pit road.
Can't think of his name and not think of that old
Oh,
video.
Paul Irvin in the wall. Out of the tunnel turn. That's going to open up the door for Dustin Buck.
Also, if he wanted to pit here, he can now not, as they are inside of him.
Tyler Aspinall gets right behind the 48. He's going to shove him all the way down the front stretch. You can see Tyler wants to pull out and take the lead.
Looking.
He's going to have to send it and get right in front of the 48. He's not going to be able to. We've seen that high side work very well off of turn number 1. I almost keep calling it turn number 2. There's no turn number 2 here. That is auto one.
AJ, I think really you're going to have to pull the slide job.
Or you need to take that high side, but it's too easy to defend being the first car. Or truck.
Yeah, I don't know how. You'd have to, like, drag him down to the bottom trying to block you to get that top on him. Somebody wants to go to my low side here. I'm letting him have it, and I'm just going to ride the top and hopefully beat him on the exit.
And here comes Dustin
just
Buck.
Behind those guys. Now third and fourth. We're just door to door, and it was real tight quarters.
Brett Murphy, Sully Buck, Chris Sawyer, Dakota Lee, Mitchell Muma. Mitchell Muma was just coming out now. Matt Erickson. I wonder if they sped, because they've been on pit road and now they're a lap down.
Tyler Aspinall makes the pass down into one that last lap. And announces over the radio he's going to pit after taking the lead.
We're going to take a look at that again. Fortunately, we missed it checking pit stops, and I think the 48 kind of gave it to him because I think they're lining up, getting ready to pit.
One car, I think just back behind these guys, announced he's headed in.
Yeah, he's got the 23 of Dustin Griffiths right behind him. Here comes the 29, the 48.
A whole bunch of them.
Shane Wolf, Griffiths, Elam, very fast on entering. Hopefully he didn't speed. That's going to give the lead over to Adam Capps, Joe Darnell, and Gary Wells, your top 3 before pit stops. So we're already a third of the way in tonight. Looking strong. Pit stops are going on. Matt Erickson is still on pit road. There is something going on with that 28.
Unless he had a penalty for a 40-second hold and did not communicate to the admins, and we probably would have got it cleared up for him. That is a rule that's bit a few drivers this year already, that if they were to get a 40-second hold on pit road, they could serve that as a pass-through right there, communicate with the admin team, we will clear it, and then they would just have to obviously go back in and do their pit stop as scheduled.
And here comes the Cavalry Caps, Darnell, Wells, Stanley, Fry, and Steele hitting pit road, taking over the race lead, Brandon Griffiths, and then right behind him, about 3 seconds, Matt Cochran.
I don't know if you can see, AJ, on any of your fancy dancy telemetry you have, if who all led laps through here, but that's all a bonus point.
I wish it told me. It does not, unfortunately. That would be really nice to have.
Just subtle little info to know. Not so much as important early in the season, but come playoff hunt time. The 88 announcing he's going to be headed in this time.
Yeah, that would be
running
Alan
in
Michael
the 10th
Bennett.
position. Our good buddy Twiz.
Yeah, I let people know early on when we started broadcasting. I go, if I call him Twiz, that's what I'm talking about. Griffin's hitting pit road as well as he spun. Go back and take a look at that because it didn't populate. Oh, he didn't really spin. He got really sideways.
Something of note, AJ, the 29 in and off pit road a ton quicker than the 48. I mean, like, half of the front straightaway. Maybe not quite half, but a good quarter of it.
What was that? What did you just say?
29 got in and out of pit road quicker than the 48.
Yeah, there's
lot
about
quicker.
a second and a half gap between Aspinall and Paul Irvin.
Which I compared that gap to about a quarter of the front straightaway.
Maybe a fifth. Fractions.
I think you just want a fifth.
Yo. Brady Floyd being your first truck down pit road on lap 16. Takes over the race lead. He's plus 14 positions, started 15th tonight. About a half a second lead over Dustin Buck. And just the gap between 4 laps. Brady Floyd a 55.15 to Dustin Buck's 54.69. Doesn't have the advantage of a drafting partner, but also in the turns, that tire grip is something you're really going to want, really going to need to put down some of those fast lap times. We have 16 people watching us right now. Welcome to the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't yet. Glad to have you with us. Join us in the chat rooms. How's everything going? Who are you rooting for? Where are you watching from? And don't say your couch. That would be a TJ answer.
What's wrong with coming from live from the couch? Granted, if I hit the couch right now, you may not get me back for the duration of the broadcast.
It wouldn't be the first time you fell asleep on a broadcast, pal, as we have a pass for the lead. Dustin Buck clears the 20. And Tyler Aspinall is looking to do some damage, too.
This is probably now the tires of the 20. That earlier pit stop, they wore down. The advantage he had, he's had to hand back. These guys are on top of him. They've got to manage getting around him carefully and not allow that 48 to pick up too much time on him.
Well, Paul Irvin's within a second. He's been the fastest truck on the racetrack 2 laps in a row. And now that they were battling, that is very much exacerbated. He is within 3/4 of a second to Dustin Buck, and he's got Brady Floyd's draft. There you see your top 4 in line. Paul Irvin with a hell of a run out of turn 1, heading towards the tunnel turn. Very different.
On the preferred line.
Very difficult to go too wide there. We've seen so many wrecks between drivers going through that tunnel turn too wide. What's going on, Rob? Thank you for liking the stream. TJ, you hear anything over the?
No, it's been silence.
Wow.
It's been hello, darkness, my old friend.
Here's your battle for the lead. Dustin Buck, Tyler Aspinall. But let's run through the field as we are just shy of halfway into tonight's race. There's Dustin Buck, your race leader. Sitting in second, the driver number 29, TA Graphics, Tyler Aspinall Graphics, Ford F-150. Tonight's sponsor of the race, the Appalachian Dash. $10 for a vehicle wrap, save 20% when you mention ACAR, ACAR. Paul Irvin sitting in third, always with the ally on the 48 Chevy Silverado. Brady Floyd in the number 20 Everton Ford F-150. Brett Murphy with the 64 Chevy Silverado sitting in sixth. Baron Elam, Crescent Donuts. There are a lot of those trucks out there tonight. Ford F-150. And the number 2 in eighth, you have Adam Capps. In ninth, the 23 of Dustin Griffiths. And rounding out that top 10, number 12, Joe Darnell. Your whole,
Not a lot of chatter, AJ, still.
which is very weird. Granted, we're at a track that it seems like everybody's, for the most part, figured out. As Gary Wells is looking to make a pass on the number 10 of Chris Sawyer, moving him up another position closer to the top 10. 27 of Gary Wells as the All-Star 15 TV Off and Turn 1 podcast, hosted by Gary Wells and Mike Campiccio. I think we're coming back next week for a episode after the Watkins Glen Cup race. Seems like for the most part, a lot of people weren't feeling well this weekend.
That's been the general takeaway.
But Gary started 14th in 11th. We are also live on TikTok. If you're into watching live streams on TikTok, go check that out. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can find All-Star 15 basically everywhere. Tyler Aspinall up front. Started in that third position. Has been right around that first spot all night. Battled early with Dustin Buck, Paul Irvin. I'm just wondering if that 29 is holding anything back. See if he can go an extra couple laps, because what we've seen, and DJ, you can very much attest to this being part race control. If you have an opportunity to save a little bit for a possible green white checkered, this league very much uses those green white checkers. James Steele in the YouTube chat. Y'all are doing a great job. Well, thank you. Just tell Michael to get his foot off the brake and get on the gas. Michael Steele is back in that 13th position. I gotta give him a little bit of a kudos. He started 23rd, and Brady Floyd once again on pit road, and away he goes, falling all the way back to that 17th position. But yeah, he started 23rd. He's sitting 13th, so he is in positive territory. Let's see what that's going to do for when we get to his possible final stop of the night.
I don't even know if I could be the future predictor to predict that.
Dustin Buck a little bit faster than Tyler Aspinall last time by. Paul Irvin closing in on Dustin Buck. Further back, speaking of a buck, Sully Buck trying to get by Chris Sawyer for 11th. Goes through turn one. That outside is just so good. through turn one. So difficult to make a pass. Brandon Griffiths and Michael Steele battling as they're going to swap positions through the tunnel turn. That 5 got really loose. He's going to pull back on the 45, using a little bit of a side draft and send it off into turn 3. And looking for the crossover. That 45 with a excellent shot out of turn 3. If he can clear the 5 by turn 1, which I don't think he's going to do unless he really overshoots it, which he's going to have to. That 5 is going to have the preferred position coming out of turn 1. There's the pass. And Michael's just going to stay content right behind him. Doesn't want to push any incident between him and the 45, and the 45 is going to get a nice run out of turn 1. Alan Michael Bennett on pit road as well. Brady Floyd did drop back to that 18th position. He's right behind Ryan Frey, making the pass, move him up another position, the 17th. Oh, little contact! Big contact, and there goes Ryan Frey right around.
Caution, yellow flag.
I almost thought they said something about a flip.
Big crash. Don't know if they were each crowded. Oh, it looked like Ryan was coming down to make the turn, and Brady was gonna late apex it.
I'm gonna pop over the other spot here. I'll be right back.
All right. Throw it into slow motion here. You're gonna see the 32 start to angle the turn, and the 20 just wasn't ready to start turning into the tunnel turn. Fortunately, I think that's on the 32 there. Their second caution of the evening on lap 35. Just 25 laps to go. Glad to have you all with us here for the Appalachian Dash from Pocono Raceway. You're watching All-Star 15 TV. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow, and come join the fun in the chat. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we return, it'll be the restart from Pocono Raceway.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Just getting to 1 to go signal. We're a lap away from going green once again. 23 laps remaining. We are just outside of their fuel window. Will we see some drivers save? Will we see some drivers run it completely out, hoping that possibly there's another caution, or getting far enough away where they could pit for fuel and that's it? Because I think at that point, if you're taking tires again, there's a good chance you are not winning this race. You're watching All-Star 15 TV. Glad to have you here. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that wonderful stuff. Come chat with us. It's been a very eventful Appalachian Dash sponsored by ACAR Grafix. There's Tyler Aspinall right there on your screen, currently leading his home track race. Through that tunnel turn. We're about to hit the loud pedal on 24 trucks. It's gonna be good. Can't wait to see who's gonna come out the victor here. Biggest mover of the race still. That 64 on the outside in that 4th position. Brett Murphy up 17 spots. Huge. But when we go green, let's hit that, crank it up. We just took you crank it up for the first time here tonight at Pocono Race with the Appalachian Dash 60. Joining me back up in the broadcast booth with that wonderful quacking noise to let me know that he's up here. It's TJ. TJ, what happened on that caution? What was the cause? We figured it's Ryan Frey, and that's why he got the EOL and is currently a lap down.
Yeah, he just tried to cut in on the hair too early there with the truck underneath him, got a piece of him, put them both on the wall, and, you know, when he goes back and sees it, he's going to go, man, I kind of goofed that up. Feel like an idiot. It happens. That's why they call them accidents.
Absolutely. At least it wasn't another racing incident.
I don't think you're going to need to worry about hearing about racing incidents the rest of the season. Tell you, we just had an interesting 3 wide down into 1 moment there the last lap when I got back up here. That, I believe it's a Kyle Larson Hendrick.com cars themed vehicle.
Which one? There's two.
The one that was towards the front. Does that help?
Well, the 67
I think
is
Sully Buck.
Sully Buck, and the other one is Zach Dolan.
I believe it was, oh yeah, it was the blue and white one. It was Sully Buck.
Oh! Wow.
Hang on, boys, hang on.
Michael Steele, trying to get away from Joe Darnell, cuts it almost all the way to the grass between the tunnel turn and turn 3. Makes the pass in turn 3, so great job by him. But with that aggressive of a move, I thought he was wrecked, as Derek Stanley's now hitting pit road.
AJ, I'm going to be real curious to see these guys that came in and topped off before we went green, if they are saving fuel or not. It's not the, the 48 big in the wall. Lost a ton of ground.
He is still losing. There is a lot of damage on that 48.
He might have killed it.
Oh, he's gonna get smacked by, I think that was the 2 of Adam Capps.
Oof. That's teammate on teammate love, or not love.
Well, the 48 wasn't settled very well through 1 with the contact he had from the 23 of Dustin Griffiths. Through turn 1, there was contact between the 2 of them. The 48 never got resettled. Gonna come up the racetrack right in front of the 2, and the 2 just smacks him right back into the wall.
Yeah, that hurts.
And he's on pit road because of it. There's got to be a broken toe link. Something's got to be messed up. The only good thing he might see is everybody is going to, or for the most part, going to need to pit again. So that's the only thing that could save him.
Yeah, it all depends on how much damage he's got to repair. AJ, I know it almost made some World Series magic really, really cool for you, but I don't know if you got a chance to take a look at this 10 truck, the paint scheme they're running this week. Really, really cool.
And a lot has to do with Wednesday being September 11th, the 23rd anniversary of the attacks on the U.S.
Love the paint scheme, honoring, you know, all that we lost that day, and I mean, it really did rally the country together. It's just really cool paint scheme he's running. I like the skyline look with the flag as the backdrop. That's really awesome.
Absolutely. I just got goosebumps looking at it. I remember where I was. I know a lot of people that were alive that day, remembering where they were, what they felt, and immediately called people, especially myself being from Connecticut.
Ooh, we got one of the top 5. I think that was Buck just went down pit lane.
Yeah,
Not to interrupt you,
Buck and Joe Darnell both coming down pit road.
Guys with their strategy ruining our beautiful moment here.
It sucks because I would give anything for unity in this U.S. like we had September 12th.
Yeah, I mean, it was, that was a truly unique time and place. I remember, I wasn't very old then, but it's just, I remember, American flags appeared on every front porch, and for a good number of years, everything felt a lot more together than where today it's not so much.
I was 7. No,
I was in 7th grade.
I just turned 8. I'm sorry.
I was in 7th grade. Actually, though, side note, having been to the memorial site for that is a really, really cool thing. If anybody ever goes to New York City, that's something I will always recommend. Go check out the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. It is truly a life-changing experience.
But back to racing, back to the fun we've had tonight. Gary Wells trying to make the pass to move himself into that top 4 position. That 27 has been on a roll since we've gotten Beckering up 10 spots.
And we have a lot of cars up here, but like for I think 3rd and 4th.
3rd on back, 3rd all the way back to 6. So 4 cars: Griffiths, Wells, Caps, and Elon, all under a blanket.
It looks like the 48 with some aggressive blocking.
That's what it looks like. Don't know what's going on there.
He is clearly not happy with the 23. Maybe there might be something. Well,
there is a lot to do with the 23. The 23 is what got the 48 out of shape in turn 1, and then Adam Capps.
So that's what triggered all that earlier, is what you're telling me?
Yes, very much so.
Well, I mean, we know the caliber of a driver of Paul, and we know, he tries to race everybody with as much respect and intent as possible. And if you anger somebody like that, you really do need to maybe take a look in the mirror and go, man, what did I do?
Yeah, but here's the thing. He could have done what he did. He was going to wreck at least 5 to 10 cars or trucks.
Here comes 1, 2. Oh, well, the 23 took care of himself as he's sideways under in the pits.
Oh, I would not want to be Gary Wells at that point. We're going to go back and take a look at it from the 27.
I think he might have just said something about speeding.
Who, the 27?
I think Gary said something as he entered. I don't know if he sped.
Well, if he did, it was on reaction to the,
obviously.
23. So I hope he says something if he gets black flag, because he was coming down pit road and had to...
No black flag. He's down and away. He's good.
He had to evasive maneuver.
He evasively maneuvered perfectly. Did not speed as well. So,
but yet the 23 spins and still ends up out in front of him.
Maybe he only went fuel only, no tires?
I don't know. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it pays out.
I can tell you how it's going to pay off. In a couple laps, 27 will be flying by that 23.
Aspinall's down pit road. Michael Steele's also down pit road. Sully Buck. Adam Capps is taking the race lead. Barrett Elam in 2nd. Brandon Griffiths 3rd. 4th. Matt Cochran and Brady Floyd all still having to come down pit road.
Now, I don't know if you can figure out if they've been saving, because those guys are quite a bit back. They may not have to stop.
Well, if they don't have to stop, they have a 30-second gap to Dustin Buck.
And only 10 laps to go, so...
And they're going to be about 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds faster a lap.
Well, you do the math. You do the math. To me, I get like 15 laps to catch them with only 10 to go, so...
And that's not counting... tire fall off.
Have to monitor that situation.
Well, we're going to jump on board with Adam Capps here, because he does have his teammate Paul Irvin right in front of him, possibly using a tow off of that.
I don't think Adam is saving. I don't really know if the top 4 are saving.
We're talking about Shane Wolf.
But Floyd and Shane Wolf for sure, I think, are saving.
Also, wouldn't be surprised if they're working together. Oh yeah,
Co-opetition.
They just cut the motors.
Little co-opetition?
Board with Brady Floyd. You gonna cut the motor? No, Floyd doesn't cut the motor, but Shane Wolf, for a good couple seconds, definitely does.
Well, they said James is like the master when it comes to making things last. But Floyd, I mean, obviously showing some prowess himself. He's got a little, he's a little farther forward. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he knows he can't make it and he's just trying to stay ahead of these guys in case of the yellow. Here comes Adam Capps.
Adam Capps now hitting pit road.
Gonna put it on to
Fair and Elon's now your race
Fair and Elon. 44 for first and second.
We are under 10 laps to go. Also want to say happy week 1 that the NFL is back, unless you're a team that lost, so I apologize. Or if you picked the Bengals, like I know a lot of people did.
My eliminator pick is solidly over for the season. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Thank you, Joe Burrow, and yeah.
Would they say over half the people playing picked that game?
On ESPN, I believe it was 32% of users had that game selected.
Well, bye-bye.
Pretty much. Last year, I made it like 10 weeks into the season.
Aaron Elon,
As we,
Brandon Griffiths
yep.
hitting pit road. Matt Cochran now taking the race leading that lap.
It wasn't good. I mean, I don't know. And I believe next week we were supposed to have like Bengals Chief on Sunday Night Football. Can they flex that out? Because I don't think that's going to be that good of a game, Chet.
The yellow flag is
Oh
out.
no! Oh no!
Yellow is out, and for who?
Something out of 3.
Justin Griffiths. He got spun by the 2, teammate of Paul Irvin.
Ooh, that's a bad look. Let me go put the admin hat on, and I'll try to get back for the finish.
Adam Capps just pitted, too. Let's take a look at this. On board with the 2. You can see him throttle back up. I don't know if it was intentional, but it definitely not a great look. Especially when that 23 just gave your teammate an issue about 15 laps ago. And that should put Paul Irvin possibly back on the lead lap. Matt Cochran, your race leader, followed by Brady Floyd, James Shane Wolf, Zach Domer, Michael Shealy, rounding out that top 5. They're going to be coming down pit road. For the most part, that should readjust Tyler Aspinall to the race lead. But with this caution, we're going to take our final commercial break. When we return, it'll be the restart and the finish of the Appalachian Dash from Pocono Raceway here on All-Star 15 TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a iRace or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we are back here on All-Star 15 TV. Gonna go green with 3 laps remaining in the Appalachian Dash, presented by TA Graphics. When talking to Tyler Aspinall about a vehicle wrap, use code ACAR, ACAR. You'll save 20% off of a $10 wrap. TJ, back from
back from one booth into the other. Throw the ACAR admin hat off, put on the broadcasting cap for All-Star 15 TV, and here we are.
Hold on. What was Thyeth ruling? Because I like
EOL for the 2-car.
I like that we have you doing both, so then we can get verification of said.
AOL, American Online for the 2-car. No, end of the longest line for the 2-car for getting into the back of the 23 and turn them around backward.
God, for all the old people or millennials or whatever you call them watching, I just heard the tone in my head the minute you said that. Pace truck is off. Coming to 3 to go. Green flag back in the air. Sully Buck is away. Great restart from the 67 as we are fanning.
They all waited to make the moves post the line, so it's legal, but man, they are making them now, AJ.
And they are sending them. Matt
Cochran.
The
12, the 3, touch! Save it! In the front, big one!
Caution,
big
yellow
one!
flag.
Wells is in it! Shane Wolf! Cochran! Steel flipping almost! I think that was Aspinall! That was the big boys, the high point guys. Everybody caught up in that one. Wow.
I can take a look at this, Gary. TJ.
Oh, no, Gary's dead.
No, I don't think there's as much damage as it looks like on that truck. He's going to get turned by Floyd. I think what saved the 27 is he got sandwiched between 2 trucks.
Man, oh man. I mean, I'm going to leave you to figure this out because I got to go figure this out with the admin team.
Yeah, but hopefully you'll be back by
that
the
looked
race.
Painful. I'm gonna try to get back to call the finish, but holy!
This is Gary Wells right here. He's gonna get smacked by the 12. I honestly think, I think it's still drivable. A lot of damage on the right side of that, but other than that, still, I hope pretty good. Shall we count all the drivers involved, everybody? But before we do that, from way, way, way far back, not really that far back, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Got Ryan Frey right here. Up on the high side. He sees them snap. He sees the wreck, and he's still in the gas. And I know he's not feeling good. He's on the brake. And just stuff still happening in front of him. The only thing I thought he might have been able to do was possibly stop the truck. But then you don't know about the couple people behind you if they're going to stop. But let's count all the casualties. I'm going to slow it down so we can get it. You're going to have Shane Wolf, Floyd, Cochran, Wells, Darnell, Murphy. There goes Michael Steele. Sheely. Caps. There's Ryan Frey. Currently have 10 drivers with the 23 of Griffiths also involved. I got 10 drivers involved in that melee. And
Yeah, that's a half a leaf pack.
oh, hey, whoa, what?
I'm one of those people. Woo!
I know, but I thought you were still going to be drivable.
Ha, 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 ha.
No, you got a meatball that bad?
45 seconds of meatball and 5 minutes and 10 seconds worth of optional.
I'd get back out there. You can still finish top 10 with how many really bad damaged trucks there are.
Oh, man. It is what it is.
Dang. And you were running very well. We're talking with Gary Wells, the driver, the number 27 Warrior Esports, off in Turn 1 podcast, Chevy Silverado, involved in that lap 56 crash. It was a very strong night for you, pal. You were doing very well. The big one happens at Pocono out of Turn 1.
Yeah, I haven't really taken a look at it here yet, but...
there was nothing you could have done.
No, I didn't think there was. I thought it was really close, and... but that was a fun restart. That was probably the most fun I've had on the simulator bit tonight. Just passing through all the field here, getting up into the top 10, into the top 5. Honestly, thought if things fell our way with this restart here, making it 3-4 wide like you do at Pocono, I thought maybe even a chance for a podium here. But it is what it is. The 20 got together up front with the 1, and just things happen.
TJ, what do you have for that? What was the ruling on that?
So we're going to call that one on the 1. He kind of got into the back of the 29, got the 29 squirrely, and then I think him trying to avoid him just went way up the track real quick. Honestly, we're asking for clarification post-race with the admin team because that is truly a racing incident, in our opinion, and we just, want them to tell us, like, yes, we believe that you need to assign an EOL to everybody for every incident because really he just was racing hard and they came together. But it was rough. Gary, you were right in the thick of it. I'm sure you felt it.
Oh yeah, I felt it. I didn't realize we had almost made it. I had a truck coming to my inside. I think it was a 2, maybe the 68. They look similar. But I thought we could have made it, but then I see Joe came down at the last second. Joe Darnell, the 12 there. trying to do the same thing, and just we hooked.
Talking to Gary
Yeah.
Wells right outside the infield care center.
As long as the wrist isn't broken. As long as the wrist ain't broken from wheel lash.
No wrist broken there. I had to take the hands off the wheel to make sure of that with this direct drive, man. It's no joke.
Pace truck
We are
is
going
off,
green.
and first green-white checker
Green
to
flag,
10
green flag.
is green. There we go. Sully Buck with a great launch, but Tyler Aspinall is going to fight back on that outside.
No illegal lane changes that I saw.
No, it looks like Aspinall's got the lead entering turn number 1 on that high side.
Oh, they're tight, they're tight, they're tight.
6-7 might have it. Nope, 29's got it. Got
No.
that momentum.
That
And
outside
that's
has
just
been
a real advantage
disgusting.
starting on that outside. Anytime you can get a restart on the outside here, it's great. You're able to get so much of a better arc for the corner and set yourself up for race.
Hometown boy Tyler Aspinall sponsoring tonight's race. TA Graphics on the hood of that truck. It's the Appalachian Dash. Can he be one of a few that sponsor a race and win that race? Coming out of turn number 3, are we going to see that white flag?
Oh, guys in the wall behind him.
Looks like we're going to see the white flag here.
White
Adrian.
flag in the
white
air.
flag.
Brought to you by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Aspinall with a 0.3 of a second lead over Brett Murphy, who has been climbing, scratching, and clawing through the leaderboard up to second here. Sully Bucks sitting in third, Farron Elam in fourth, Brandon Griffiths in fifth, and my voice is really starting to go now.
These guys are gonna need the lap of their lives to have a shot at Tyler coming out of 3 here. I don't know. They're trying, they're digging, but I don't think they're gonna get there.
Yeah, they're going to really have to really arc that corner for turn 3 to keep the momentum up, and I think this is going to be Tyler's race to lose.
In fact, now they're passing each other, so they ain't even gonna be able to push
Through
for hell.
3 for the final time. Tyler Aspinall is going to go back-to-back in ACAR, and he's going to win at Pocono Raceway.
I won't lie, I thought he was caught up in the wreck. When I saw that he was leading, I said, man, he's gonna be tough to beat.
Coming in second, your biggest mover of the race, Brett Murphy. Barrett Elam coming home in third. Sully Bullock in his ACAR Frey Truckin debut in fourth. Fifth, Brandon Griffiths. Sixth, Dustin Griffiths. Seventh, Adam Capps. Eighth, Derek Stanley. Dakota Lee in ninth. And rounding out that top 10, it's Chris Sawyer. But Tyler Aspinall winning at his home track in dominant fashion. He didn't lead the most laps, he just missed it by probably a hair.
I want to go back and look at the wreck again, man. That thing was wild.
Yeah, I did sneak back out there for that final lap there just to get some points here. P19 for the old 27.
It looked strong.
You got 2 positions off of going back out there. Good for you.
Yeah, so we'll take it here. I let Fry go ahead and pass me for moral support. Poor guy. Wasn't having a good run tonight.
He's had a rough start to the season. I think he's wrecked in every race.
Yeah. That will happen.
And as an owner, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, being an owner-driver, owner of your own league, that's you definitely want to run better, that's for sure, when it's your own show.
And both PA Graphics trucks burning it down on the front stretch. That's Dakota Lee burning it down with Tyler Aspinall.
AJ, if you want to see one of the most painful hits of this race, go find Michael Steele. Look at him. I mean, it appears as though he's made it through.
When was it? Was it the big one?
The big one. And as he's about to clear, the 68 just reminds him that life is unfair.
I had to put it like that. Ouch.
I mean, dude, like, you can't be more thinking you're gonna be through the crash and then just not be through the crash. Like, I bet you even from the cockpit view, he's probably like, hey, I made it. Ah, crap.
No, we're on board with Michael Steele here. Asking, shall you receive? Oh!
Ouch, down. Population Steele, bro.
Population U, bro. That's the second dodgeball reference we've had tonight.
Talk about a movie that needs a sequel.
I don't think so. Gary, are you gonna stay up here?
Oh, might as well. I got nothing else better to do.
You want to do interviews too?
Sure. Who do you want me to interview?
You could take third place because I need to go reapply my lidocaine.
Cool. Who finished third? I don't even know.
It was Farron Elam. Here he is, pal.
Farron Elam, Gary Wells, TJ, AJ, all in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Well, P3. It was a little bit of a crapshoot there at the end. It was fun racing with you, by the way.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Tell us about your race. Tell us about your truck. You finished P3. And talk about getting through that final wreck. I'm not sure if you got caught up in it or whatever. They're coming for the green-white checkered, but talk about the end of that race.
I mean, as far as the race is concerned, I mean, the truck was fine. We was really fast on the short run, and middle of the long run we was okay. Extreme long run, I felt like I had a little bit better than some, but I mean, I'm not great at saving right front. Unfortunately, this is a track where the right front is pretty abused if you don't know what you're doing. So, I mean, all in all, it was a good night. It was some intense racing out there. Like you said, it was fun racing you and several others. I know the intensity was up pretty much from the middle of the pack back. So, as far as the big one's concerned, I got 3 wide on the restart. I got up in line and got 3 wide again in turn 1, and then saw smoke. And then I'd like to tell you that I had a great grand scheme, but I just aimed for the middle of it, and it kind of all opened up. So sometimes the racing gods are on your side. I've had many of those situations where I've come out the other side missing a bumper. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I was a half a truck length of Joe Darnell away from making it through the wreck myself tonight.
Yeah,
So I hear you.
Farron, if anything, was probably the most like eye of the storm of that, and just everybody went the other way.
I would like, I don't know if the broadcast showed, I'd like to see the onboard camera of that again, because in the middle of all that, I didn't really pay attention. I'm gonna go back and watch the onboard on my replay. But
I was
I
watching
just love
it right now, and let me tell you, you've got Shane Wolf spinning to your outside, Gary the 12, the 4, the 68, and somebody else spinning to the inside, and you're just kind of like, all right, let's see what happens.
I know at one point I was looking through the front window of the 20. He was turning around backwards. So I was like,
Yes. Yeah, that was the last thing I saw before I got right rear.
Well,
But next week, man, we go to Texas, Legacy, Texas. Great to be going to a real Texas Motor Speedway next week. How do you feel about your chances there?
I'm more than thrilled. I have got a very good rap sheet at the old Texas before the reconfiguration, and I was really excited to see it on the schedule this year. So hopefully we run good. Build off the momentum we'd had tonight, first top 3 of the season. I feel like we could have had a couple other ones to start the year. But
well, Farron, we got it for you right here. If you're gonna watch the stream I just put up in Discord, here is.
I would love to.
We got the monitor for you.
Cockpit view of what you saw.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, so right about here, I was really confident the 3 was going to turn in front of me, and I just aimed for the middle. And I didn't really realize I was 3 wide until my spotter actually said I had a short load for a while.
Oh, there I go.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just a bunch of smoke, and you get to the point where you're right in the middle of it, and once you get to that point, you just pray nobody comes off the wall somewhere you can't see. Because I knew once I got to the middle of it right there by Brady, I was okay. I just didn't see anybody on my right, so I was hoping nobody was going to come off the wall. And then after that, it's just not wrecking yourself trying to get slowed down because your adrenaline's going, and you're like, how did I come through that?
I was gonna say, I won't tell anybody that's watching the broadcast, but did you pee a little?
I ruined the fire suit. That's a complete ruined fire suit. I don't know about a little. That was a complete ruined suit.
We're gonna need to give him a new fire suit.
100%.
Didn't Tony do that one year?
I think I need a donation.
Probably for other reasons.
And Tyler Reddick too, recently at Darlington, I would have mentioned.
So you're not alone in that company. Farron, before we let you go, any sponsors you want to plug?
Man, John, the guy who makes our schemes at Raging Cajuns Wrap and Design, does a great job. He's painted all 4. I believe actually he's painting the 5th donut truck as we speak. So he does a great job. He's painted a lot of our cars for a long time. Me and Brandon's on him for a good bit. Obviously, all of my buddies that tune in and watch every week, my spotter Kyle and my fiance wasn't watching tonight. She missed an Action Pat show. What can you do? But yeah, other than that, you guys for having me. It was fun. Tyler was way faster than anybody, so we'll see.
Where do I get these donuts?
They are actually, so I do not get paid for the sponsor plug, but if Brandon is listening, anybody in the Indiana area. I do not know exactly what part of Indiana. I know he's close to Indianapolis. He has a family-owned donut
Yeah.
shop.
What's this place called? What's it called? Come on.
I will get you that and I will let you know. But
Crescent
Crescent
Donuts.
Donuts, right?
Yeah, Crescent Donuts. It's
Oh,
a
it's in
family-owned
Bloomington.
shop.
That's not way. Shoot, I know where I'm going this weekend.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great reviews. I'm a little bit farther away. I'm in the deep south, so I have never been, but I hear nothing but great reviews. It's their family-owned shop, you know.
A little bit my butt. That's a that's a haul.
I'm all the way down. I'm all the way down in Sweet Home, Alabama. So it'd be a nice little plane ride. But yeah, anybody in the Indiana area, go give them a try, and yeah.
Hey, you want to know where Farron is? Just keep going until you hear banjos.
Yep, there you go.
Oh boy.
And then when they
Banjos and
stop,
you run out of streetlights.
and then when they stop playing, then you just you don't even get time to turn around. Just throw that in reverse. Put it in reverse, Barry.
If you get to the point where the banjo stops playing, you've already made some bad decisions. So.
Rip.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
so-
Farron. Well, thanks for coming to chat with us. How that
No
hurts.
problem.
Mind
No
you,
problem.
this guy's Discord icon is Michael Myers. I just want to point this out.
Huge
That's right.
Michael Myers fan.
What you're saying? They're not banjos. It's the theme
Yeah.
song to that.
You're gonna hear the piano start playing, and then it's a wrap.
I want to hear him play that song with the banjo. Come on.
All right, Farron.
I am not that musically talented, so I do play the piano, but not the guitar or the banjo.
Oh, yeah,
Congrats on the podium, dude. We'll see you at Legacy, Texas next week.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
Brett or Tyler? I think it's Brett, right?
It's Brett and TJ. Take it away.
Brett, you get a copy.
I do. What's going on?
What did you need to get to that 29? A rocket strapped up your behind or what?
That Hendrick.com car not underneath me.
Yeah, that's
knew,
fair.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that Tyler was gonna run away with that one. He had me on the green flag run. I just figured, with the track position, I figured he was gonna be up there, and I took 4. I just got lucky avoiding that last crash, but I don't know. Tyler earned it a lot more than I did, so I'll take a second.
Well, I love that you're a first time broadcast interviewer, I do believe. How's that go? First time caller, long time listener thing. Love having you up here.
There you go.
You know, how was were you one playing fuel or had you pitted and we're gonna have to do things on the normal strategy, not save?
I went to the normal strategy because I looked at it and every time I play the fuel game, I always lose. So I was just cutting my losses. I'm like, I'll pit. I'll take 2 tires, see what it gets me. Maybe if I could beat Tyler or Dustin off of pit road, I could just play big time defense. But they even beat me out of the pits. So I was just hanging tough, hoping for like a top 5 because I got wrecked out at Milwaukee. But the caution came out, and then luck fell in my favor for once.
Yeah, you appear to be like in the perfect spot when this wreck all kicked off. You're the one vehicle right there that actually got to the bottom and didn't get turned, unlike poor Gary here.
Yeah. Oh, Gary, you are a saint, okay? Because going to the corner, you gave me just enough of a push to get to the bottom. And I was saying it in my own chat. I'm like, there was a yellow car on the bottom that was pushing my bumper down through the corner, and that helped me a bunch. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I got you through it. You're welcome. Got you that P2. Thanks for your credits, dude.
I'll take some of the prize money.
That's right. That's right. Give me a cut. Texas next week, bud. Legacy 1, the good Texas, as I call it. Talk about it, man.
Oh, man. I don't know if I've ever had any success at Texas in any league that I've done. I didn't even get to practice today. I just remembered running Pocono in NASCAR league I ran with Zach and Brady and a couple other guys. But I don't know. I feel good about Legacy Texas. I don't know why everybody likes Legacy Texas so much, but I'm hoping that I find out why next week and hopefully can come back in the broadcast booth again for an interview.
As long as you don't end up like Michael McDowell, I think you'll have had a good day.
Yeah. I mean, there's a 50-50 chance that'll happen to me, so.
I don't like his odds. Any sponsors, things like that you want to plug since you're here?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Wrestling Open and Beyond Wrestling. It's a wrestling company that I'm a professional wrestler for. We stream every Thursday on IWTV every Thursday night, 8 to 10. So when I'm not slamming my car into the wall on the racetrack, I'm body slamming guys over my head. So shout out to those guys. NS Service, Eco Fuel, all the normal sponsors that whatever else is on my car. East Coast Fitness. They all support me, and I'm happy that I could finally bring this 64 car into the broadcast booth for once.
Listen, you had my curiosity when you said wrestling, and now you have my attention. You do know, like, there's a wrestling podcast that, like, 2/3 of the broadcast team for that are in the broadcast booth right now, and the owner of the league happens to also do the podcast. Just saying, we might need to talk bacon after this stuff all goes off air.
Oh, please, yeah.
Bacon might be a poor choice of words. I know bacon. No thanks.
Well, not that guy, but you get my point.
Yeah, I got your point.
This Saturday at Stone's Throw, I don't remember. I'll be wrestling my coach, Thomas Santel, formerly known as Antonio Thomas from the Heartthrobs in WWE. I'm going to be the first BioPro student to put him on his ass, so I'm very excited.
There you go. I'm telling you, Ryan Frey could probably list that dude's entire life stats. Just saying. He probably knows everything about him.
He was my coach from day one, and I think I got his number this Saturday. So if there's anybody out there that is watching that is interested in wrestling, IWTV, $10 a month, you get to see me put on a show. Teal Steel, baby.
So
I love it.
I'm
in love now.
Where's the show?
So the show is in Worcester, Mass. It's at the White Eagle.
Oh, so you're by us. You're by me and T.
Yeah, I'm a Worcester guy.
Oh boy.
You're a lot. I mean, AJ ain't even far. AJ's in Connecticut. He's like starting to Google it right now to figure out if he's going.
Beyond Wrestling Open every Thursday. I'll be there on Thursday, and then Beyond on Saturday. Let's see, what else do I got? I'm wrestling in Maine somewhere that I don't know on Friday, and then I believe I'm going to make it out to Live Pro Wrestling on Sunday as well.
Well, we're don't go anywhere because we got to talk with Ryan after this.
So go back to the waiting room. We want to talk to you after. You've really got our interest now.
Yeah, I love it.
Especially if we can promote you guys and you can promote us. Perfect. Cool. Got it. Brett Murphy finishing second here tonight in the 64 Chevy Silverado, up 19 positions from where he started in 21st. But I think it is time to talk to our race winner. And TJ, I don't want to jinx him, so I'm going to give it to you. Here's Tyler Aspinall.
Tyler Aspinall, you get a copy.
I do, sir.
So, how important was winning Pocono for you?
Well, I can give you 3 reasons right now.
I'll take
turn
all
1,
3.
turn 2, and turn 3.
Well, I can't say that because then TJ's going to be like, no, there's 5 turns. But
hey, somebody paid attention in the homework class.
Yeah, I did. So, reason number 1, probably most obvious reason, hometown track. Reason number 2, for those of you that don't know me, this is probably the most obvious reason. I'm sponsoring this race. Reason number 3, my boy Jeff, the Woodbine Wolverine, he's like a grandpa to me. He just got put in the hospital tonight, so just trying to win it for him. So, Jeff, if you're watching, I hope you're doing better. This one's for you, man.
Well, sir, I won't lie. I thought you were one of the unfortunate souls that got destroyed in that wreck. And when I realized you weren't and you were on the front row, I'm like, that's going to be a hard guy to beat.
Yeah, I definitely got scared there because I haven't gone back and looked at it, but I think James might have made contact with me on the exit of 1 there. I know I was sideways, so I was like, well, either my race ends here or it just got hurt really bad. And I saved it, and I look in my mirror, and I see absolute destruction. And I knew, all right, well, we might not be sitting too bad here. I know.
I'm sure
on that
you've
pit
played
stop,
Wreckfest. Yeah, this was worse.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad.
I'm a pretty big advocate for Wreckfest. That was a... Woo!
Michael Steele sort of flipped. He kind of cartwheeled.
Yeah, I haven't gone back and seen it yet, so I'll have to go back and watch
If
how
it
bad
was
it
real life, you could totally look underneath his car and inspect things and see what they're doing, because that's how much up in the air he was.
Well, I'd like to see who has that high resolution a camera.
I wouldn't put it past AJ, but Dude, that's 2 weeks in a row. I mean, I don't know if we do anything for three-peats anymore. That used to be a thing, but I mean, just the fact that you have the option to do it here, headed to Legacy, Texas. Can it be done from the 29 machine, or are you feeling a little more vulnerable there than maybe here?
Well, I'm just gonna put it this way for you. I came into today not a single lap of practice. I tried getting the hang of it earlier when I got home from school. I was having a tough time figuring it out, and I really didn't have many laps coming into this, and I kind of just ran the truck as it wanted to be ran, and I'm here now. Last week at Milwaukee, I didn't even own the track before the race, so I had to buy it. I ran the crap out of it. I plan to do the same for Texas when I get back from Watkins Glen this weekend. So I got to purchase Legacy Texas, and we're gonna go for a three-peat. Same way we did in Milwaukee, hopefully.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had heard this interview and like if I was racing and had practiced all week and heard all this, I'd be like, man, I hate it.
Well, I'm easy to hate, so yeah, sure.
Oh, come on. But
easy to hate if you've gone off my front bumper before, which chances are there's quite a bit of people in here that have.
I mean,
Not
people
this season,
definitely went
but-
off people's front bumpers today. You were about to go off of James's front bumper and managed to save it, and everybody behind you didn't. But dude, I wish you the best for the three-peat, because I don't know if it's ever actually been done.
Nope.
At least it's been close. I think
it's been attempted 4 times.
I think Will Cloud had a 1-1 second. First for a second.
I think I know Will Cloud, and I think Zachary Thornton's also tried it too. Those are the only ones that I personally know of. That was in EFRL, ACAR, whatever you want to call it.
Yep, they did it. There's a couple others that had attempted. I mean, it's always been attempted. Like I said, I don't know if we don't do anything for it anymore, but I've just always wanted to see a three-peat.
Well, I mean,
you're the next contestant on the Wheel of Death.
I can see what my status is on my new merch release for 2-on-3 Simware. Maybe we can slap a big old wrestling with nerds on the hood of the truck next week, and go for a three-peat.
I mean, I'd love to see it. Dude, do what you got to do to get it done. I have a feeling we're going to talk to you a lot this year, the way it's been playing out.
Don't you jinx it now, man.
Don't worry. I'm knocking on wood for you. Not just my brain. But, I mean, go ahead, plug your sponsors / yourself, do your thing, and we'll get the heck out of here.
Say less. All right. Well, obviously, you guys saw the name of the race, the Appalachian Dash, presented by TA Graphics. That is my graphic designing brand. I mainly do iRacing paints. $10 a paint. 20% off your first paint when you mention ACAR. So be sure to claim that, and I'll get a paint whipped up for you. I'd also like to thank Giant Eagle for giving me paychecks, 4Cloak Media, you guys for what you do. 2on3simware.com. I got new merch releasing soon. More info on that as it shall come out. Brady, Dustin, Sully, Dakota for running with me. Mom, Grammy, Andy, other Grammy, Aunt Sherry, Jeff, if you're watching, man. And anybody else that watches and supports me. Taylor as well. Taylor, if you're watching. I think that's about it. And Ryan for putting the show on. And we'll come back next week, and we'll go for the three-peat.
How can you not root for the guy that mentions both grandmas?
That's what I'm saying, man. They should vote me for president.
That's grandma's boy right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how could you not vote somebody for president that doesn't support both of my grandmas? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Write me in.
I think you got some age. I think you got some age requirements to make there, but when that comes up, maybe just maybe.
It's fine. That's just on paper.
All right, Tyler. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll see you at Legacy, Texas next week. Enjoy the week and get ready for a possible run at a three-peat.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, guys.
All right. DJ.
Later.
Take us home, pal.
I mean, how were you not entertained? Can I throw the the Gladiator reference out there? Were you not entertained? Good quick race, a lot of action, some wild moments. Poor Gary in the middle of it. I mean, I had fun. I mean, it's hard for me because I have to bounce between the booths, but I had fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Legacy Texas goes for. This will be the first time I see it in a truck. There was a race I did in a Gen 4 car about a year and a half ago that
I'm not even sure I know the difference, to be honest. So
turn
I'm
one's
excited.
not broken.
Oh, it doesn't have Dale's Dip or
Yeah,
whatever?
it's a good Texas. It's the high bank turn one.
Oh, it's the one they wish they'd have kept because now the racing there is crap. Got it.
Right. Yep. That's the same one.
Well, same 8-car time, same 8-car place. Next Monday, 9 p.m., we are going down to the Lone Star State for Texas Motor Speedway. Gary, what year is that? 2007?
2009, I believe. 2009.
All right. Well, hopefully we see you there in a fixed truck. I know you guys got a lot of work to do on it. TJ, thank you for jumping back and forth. Always appreciate you helping me out on the broadcast. But
you sound so much better tonight. I just want to point that out.
I am trying my best to keep.
He's gonna have no voice after this. We keep him on it along, TJ.
To keep going, because my voice can't screw up if I keep going, right? Well, everybody, take care and see you next week, and have a very, very enjoyable week. I guess.
Don't play in traffic.
Yeah, don't do that, and Scott, don't be stupid in the chat.
Yeet!